Hello sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of Diary of a High Handicapper with me, still your resident high handicapper. And today it's all about what's in my bag. So I've been getting loads of questions on this. To be honest, I find it quite an unusual request, but you guys are the subscribers, so ask and you shall receive. So it's really just the normal stuff in here. There's a few golf balls, I have some tees, I have a pitch repair marker for when I hit the green, mint condition, never been used, a calculator for adding up all my shots, and finally I have a Bible. Well, it works for Scotty Scheffler. Right, so that basically sums up what's in my bag. As I said, just the usual stuff. While I've done that, I came up with a great idea and I said, why don't I show you what clubs I'm using? So here we go. Let's start off with my irons. So when I first started playing golf, a guy in work actually gave me a full set of his old clubs. Really old, very old. Sorry, Colin. Appreciate you getting me started anyway. And I told my instructor at the time that I was going to buy a set of irons. He gave me some good advice. He basically said, don't go too mad on the irons. Get a nice beginner set that won't cost you an arm and a leg, because you will improve and your swing will change.
What a compulsive liar he turned out to be.
So that's exactly what I did. I did a bit of researching online and I had my heart set on a set of Mizuno's JPX 919s. But when I went into the shop, very nice sales assistant came up, chatted to me, asked me how I'm playing and so on. I told him obviously terrible, and he just thought that the Mizuno's might be a little bit more unforgiving for a man of my stature. Didn't take it personally, and he recommended the Callaway Rogues. So I didn't know what to do, I was all confused, so I did what any self-respecting high handicapper would do, and I left the store, hopped in my car, took out my phone, and I researched what did Rick Shields think of the Callaway Rogue. So Rick Shields wasn't exactly effusive in his praise, but then again, Rick Shields isn't shanking balls onto adjacent fairways playing off a handicap at 30, so probably he's not the market for them. Okay, at the moment I'm using the Callaway Rogues, and I have a 5-iron up to a sand wedge. These are what's known as a game improvement iron, so that means that I'm probably due a refund because I have not improved one bit. Sorry Callaway, still available for sponsorship. Nah, honestly, only joking, I do actually really like them. A good craftsman never blames his tool, and as a terrible craftsman looking to emulate a good one, I'm not going to blame them either. They're nice and forgiving. When I do strike them cleanly, I hit them really well. So I do think they actually help me, and I would definitely recommend the Callaway Rogues. Plus they also look great too. Okay, so next up is my wedges. So in my bag I have a 52 and a 58 degree wedge. They're Mizuno wedges. They're actually given to me by a guy in work. He is a single digit handicap, so they probably have less bounce that a player of my caliber needs, but I absolutely love them. Down here in my home course we have a lot of perched greens. I think 14 or 15 of the 18 greens are all perched, so you tend to have to loft the ball up a lot, so you need something that you can get up in the air really quickly but that will stop dead close to the hole. He even had them engraved, DMG, which he told me stands for Deadly Magnificent Golfer, which I thought was a really nice touch, so thank you very much, David Matthew Gavin. Okay, so next up is my putter. I'm currently using an Odyssey. It's a Big T V-line. It's a mallet style putter. I have quite conflicting views on this. When I was using a blade putter, anything inside 10 feet I always felt very confident about. However, outside of 10 feet I found that I was always leaving a lot of things short, so it wasn't great for weight control. Now since I've had this, I've had the opposite effect. So anything outside of 10 feet, 20, 30, 40 foot, I find that I'm able to judge the weight really well. I leave most putts in and around 3 feet, so it's great. I get off most greens in 2, all going well. I know some of my videos hasn't always been the case, but then inside 10 feet, I find it very hard to keep it on line. I never feel confident. Even 4, 5, 6 feet, I'm always stood over the ball and I'm not sure if it's going to go in, and that's not very good over any putts, whereas the blade was the opposite. It used to have a really big super stroke grip on it. Anyone who watches me probably sees that I'm a little bit of a handsy player, and that includes my putting. Just never felt comfortable, so I have had the grip changed, so I now have a much skinnier grip. I don't actually know if I've gone too far the other way and it's too skinny now. 4, 5, 6 footers, I feel a little bit more comfortable as I can feel the grip a bit more on my fingers, and I find I have a bit more control over the putter head. So the jury's still out on this though, so I may change it. I've been looking at putters and I do really want to go back to a blade putter. So genuinely am considering having 2 putters in my bag, so a mallet style putter for anything outside 10 feet and then a blade style putter for inside 10 feet. I do honestly think that takes strokes off my game. The only reason I haven't done it up to now is because I'm worried I would actually be reported by my playing partners for bringing the game into disrepute. So yeah, so that's my putter in the bag for now, but it may not be in it for much longer. See what I mean? Okay, finally moving on to my driver and my 4 hybrid. So I'll start with my driver. It's a Cobra Rad Speed driver, so I really like it. This is one club that I actually went and got fitted for. I had a really old one, I used to call it Big Blue. I used to have playing partners come up, pull out of my bag while I was hitting another club, just look at it, laugh, shake their head and walk off. So just for more self-respecting, I actually went in and bought a good driver. So when I first went in to get fitted for it, I wanted a tailor-made Sim 2. Rory McIlroy has one, and who doesn't think that they're Rory McIlroy? So I tried 3 clubs. I tried the tailor-made Sim 2, I tried a Ping, and I also tried the Cobra Rad Speed driver. So despite having the same swing speed with all the clubs, the ball was actually coming off faster off the Cobra Rad Speed, so I was getting a few extra yards, so that's why I went with this. So really like it, really forgiving. I do think my swing speed has actually gotten a little quicker, so I probably will go back at some point and just get that measured, because this is actually a flex shaft, so I don't know whether I'm ever going to get to be a stiff shaft or whatnot, but it is something that I would like to just get tested again. One thing you should know is that I'm actually playing with a different shaft now. So the previous one I had was 60 grams and had a very unfortunate incident recently enough. If you follow me on my Instagram, I'm sure you'll have seen it. But basically it was in my bag, it toppled over and the club actually snapped. So I was absolutely heartbroken. It was one of those things where no point crying over spilled milk, and I didn't spill any milk, so I bawled my eyes out. It's a similar shaft, so it's performing really well for me at the moment. Hopefully you can see that with some of the footage that I'm showing you. And then likewise, as I was getting the driver for the 4 hybrid, I also wanted the same club. So I have a Cobra Rad Speed 4 hybrid. Again, really like it. If you've been following me since the start, you know we got off to a rocky start, but I'm actually hitting it quite well now, and it's one of my favourite clubs in the bag because it's quite forgiving. Even if you miss it slightly, you're still going to get it down the course. So, and you might have noticed I also have the ARCOS sensors on top of all my clubs, so this is a really great data gathering system that I really like. I find it very useful, so you will start seeing that throughout a lot of my videos. You've probably noticed I do have a gap in my bag there. I've no woods yet, so that is something that I do want to change. I do want to go get fitted for them as well. I just need to get that gap in my bag sorted. So there you go, folks. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and otherwise I'll see you next time.